Hi, this is Jay Leno from JayLenosGarage.com, and you're listening to Speed City.
You're listening to Speed City F1 on Sirius XM.
All right. Well, Chris Medland is on the ground for us, and he's not live with us today because we got bad connection, but he is getting some interviews, and he just caught up with Red Bull boss Christian Horner.
Christian, we'll keep you cycling through all the interviews that you have to put up with at the end of a race because you keep winning races. Another win, but where do we start with that one? Checo's drive, just how good was that?
Because he deserves it. I mean, that was outstanding. That was his best ever performance, I think, in Formula One, and I think that huge pressure. He converted the start, intermediates, safety cars, virtual safety cars. He just kept a cool head, kept looking after the tyres, was able to pull away from Charles. Then obviously went on to the slicks, then a safety car, and then being the lead car, it's always very, very difficult in those conditions because everybody is getting their reference from the car ahead, and of course he didn't have that. So to manage it the way he did, and in the end he finally broke the DRS and was able to pull out a healthy lead. For an incredible victory, really, really fantastic.
Well, like you say, those final laps, because you guys needed him to, we don't know what will happen with this stewards investigation, and he had the pace in hand and made no errors. I mean, how impressive was that stint to put in such a burst of pace?
It was hugely impressive. I mean, a massive performance by him, and of course you never know with penalties. For us, there's so many precedents we could pull out. I mean, Sebastian recently, it would be brutally harsh to penalise him for that, let alone take a victory away. So, I'm sure the stewards want to hear Checo's side of things. I'm sure there's been an awful lot of moaning, but that seems to be the flavour of the month this week.
Well, specifically, was it for dropping back too far behind the safety car, or was it getting too close?
I believe so. I think that's what in the report it says. But, I mean, how many times have we seen that on formation laps behind safety cars? When you look further behind the grid, you've only got to, you can see it so often, almost every time we have a safety car.
Well, we'll wait and see what happens with that. But then with Max, he had an eventful race as well. I mean, for once in this season, a difficult start for him. He didn't go forward. He
got an anti-stall, and that put him out of sync. And then, he did well to avoid getting clobbered in the first couple of turns. And then he was patient. He fought his way back up through the field. He got unlucky with after he just turned to change the slicks. Then the safety car comes out. Lando gets a free stop. And he got a great run at him on the restart, but because he hadn't had the chance to get any temperature in the tyre, the car just bottomed very badly, and then he locked up and killed the fronts. Pit stop again, and then wow, what a recovery from there. I mean, those last 5 laps where he passed Lewis and Sebastian on the last lap, vital points for him.
Yeah, and it means he heads to Japan with a good chance of wrapping up the title there. I know there's a big day on Wednesday where I bet you can't wait to have some official comments that you can make. How frustrating has this weekend been, having speculation, rumour, accusations flying around, and how keen are you to kind of be able to move ahead with that this coming week?
Well, look, there's been an awful lot of conjecture and allegations that have been made against the team, which have been totally unfair, and it's not sporting of our competitors to do that. The FIA, we have to trust in them and their process, and then we'll see what they, all the teams are yet to hear what the outcome is, this week. So let's see what that is. And but yeah, very disappointing.
What's your hope for this week, just finally? Is it to be able to move on from it, or is it to have clarity? I mean, what do you expect to happen on Wednesday? Because, as I've just mentioned, I mean, Max could be crowned on next Sunday, and we might be talking about something else again.
Well, look, we are very confident in our submission. These things have to be signed off, obviously, by our auditors. And yeah, we're very confident in the submission that we've made, that we are fully within the cap. Yeah, let's go through the process, and as all teams are doing, and see what comes out the other side.
Okay, great stuff. And just finally, Perfect World wins the title in front of Honda's fans in Japan.
Look, to win it anywhere would be amazing, but Honda is a great to be heading back to Japan, and looking forward to it.
Great stuff, Christian. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that is going to be really fascinating to see what happens on Wednesday on so many levels, not just whether or not it's Red Bull, because we don't know if it's going to be Red Bull. We're just hearing the rumors that they're going to be fine. And by the way, just to clarify that, what he's talking about is the FIA is doing their budget cap reconciliations, checking records, which I'd really be fascinated by all that process about what every team is spending under this budget cap. And the rumors have been that Red Bull is going to get busted for spending more money than they should have, essentially. And the rumors have been that Red Bull has been the biggest offender, and but they have said that the FIA said they're going to come out Wednesday and tell us what that's all about. So.